week in, week out, to prophesy the downfall of America and this is. We're going to start off giving all praise and glory and honor to
YAHAWASHI,
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 Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles, the elders, and GMS and brothers that sincerely doing this work, and the few sisters that are listening, learning, and being obedient to their husbands. I'm the brother Madazawa Yunya, aka Mataz.
Brother Taziar Benyami, Yahawashmi Shah, Brakathon to the full leg.
So, just touching in on the title, be circumspect, because more judgment is coming upon this place. And I'm kind of touching a little bit on what Apostle Rakad was talking about, and Apostle Ramlad, how Jake need to be more circumspect, especially even interacting with these people. Like you should be able to discern the spirit of where it's going. If a person on some bull, you just kind of like, hey, you know what, this ain't for you, and just go up the street. Or at that point, probably call the police on that person. But don't engage doing something silly, man, because these people got demons on them, and anything can happen. Any judgment, they could probably pull out a gun, try to stab you or anything. So we need to be more circumspect and understand the times that we are in. Get that. Hello. This Ephesians. This is Ephesians 5:15. It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So we supposed to be walking circumspectly everywhere we go, even our decision making. Because sometimes Jake jack theyself up, but ain't always Satan jacking you up. Sometimes it could be you putting yourself in a situation, putting yourself on some bullshit, And how I know by experience, me being in the truth well, this about to be 15 years. This is my 15th Passover. It's about to be 15 years I've been in the truth. And I had to learn over the obstacles of how to deal, how to learn, and the decisions I made. Because certain decisions I made put me in jams. So then I had to realize, hey, I can't do that no more. I can't do this certain things. You start really growing in the spirit. That's how you know through experience. Because it said a just man falleth 7 times, but he rises up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. So long as you keep rising up and keep fighting, you ain't gonna fall into that mischief, because only the wicked gonna fall into that mischief. So you got to continue pushing and fighting, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord Yahweh is. So if you want to know the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai and following his perfect will, you're gonna do what's required, man. And you ain't gonna put yourself in certain situations. That's why the Lord put certain and I didn't want no position. I didn't want to be no so-called elder, young elder, or no bishop. I didn't want the positions, but the Lord put certain people in the positions because they've been through the experience too, to teach the other flock, hey, what not to do, how to handle situations, and how to grow in the spirit. You got anything you want to say?
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, you made a good, few good points, Sock. Really, the spirit is, you got to be able to identify what's avoidable and what's not avoidable. Because the scriptures say in Sirach, with your mouth, you can use your spit to put out a fire, or you can blow on it to make it bigger, roughly paraphrasing. So as you say, Jake at times put themselves at jams. But before you get into the jam, you got to realize what's avoidable. And then what's the easy way? Because a lot of times when we go to try to figure shit out, it ends up getting more messed up, man. Especially with these agents, man. Because, hey, we in a time now where Esau is going to be sending provocateurs up to the camps, man. So you got to be able to identify when people are trying to bait you in. They trying to get you to do something because they know that if they do, they gonna have the upper hand, man. Either way, if we be the elect, Lord's will, we be those men, the Lord gonna give us the upper hand. But as bro said, you gotta see things before they get bad,
Mm-hmm. And just not even put yourself in them situations, because we already know. I'm gonna get this because we know this is about to happen. But we should be rejoicing for these times to happen too, because like it says right here, this is Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. And the heavens is talking about the elect, the chosen. That's the ones who are going to be rejoicing. So we are rejoicing, Lord willing, we are the elect, but we are the prophets. Point blank period. We are prophets because the Lord set us up to be prophets. Hopefully we're not false prophets. That's the only thing, because we don't want to be doing this work in vain. We want to make it all the way to the end, because we got the truth, but you got to endure to the end. You don't want to be Judas Iscariot. So you got to be circumspect and really fight, deal, and build yourself in this truth for real. But we rejoicing because we see in this place falling. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, and the woe to these people, destruction, because a lot of death, more judgment is coming. That's why we got to be paying attention, staying focused, and knowing what we doing, and even going to little places, because I don't go out no more really at all, unless maybe I'm out of town, brothers may take me to get something to eat or something. It all depends, but really I'm a homebody, or if I'm not at home, I'm teaching class, because I run Monday class in Chicago, so if I'm not doing that, I'm working, if I ain't got no client to train, I'm doing Uber Eats, or if I ain't got nobody to massage, Uber Eats, making my money, or I'm hitting the gym. The simple shit. I really don't engage too much out into outside activities,
Yeah.
Because it's getting crazier and crazier. It says, for the devil is come down, and this devil know his time is running out. So what they about to do, they about to start, putting more death. That's why you got to be careful, even when you out and, like I said, going to little spots and stuff, because more judgment is coming, and then Esau about to come down with wrath. So you got to be already prepared in your mind that you ain't going to be out here with these people, so you don't get caught up in the mess, because these people are about to get judged in this mess, man. You got some?
Yeah, kind of. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 5.
You said Ecclesiastes? Or?
Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
Okay. 8 and 5?
Yep. Ecclesiastes 5. Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment, right? So that as you were saying, bro, not going out, being circumspect about your location and what you're doing in your free time, that's discerning time and judgment, man. It's 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance, man.
And Esau destruction.
And the downfall of Esau Edom, man. So guess what? Shit about to get bloody. All right, if you still out here fucking with niggas, it really, if you still out here fucking with niggas in general, you need to reevaluate yourself. But if you out here at these fucking late night nigga spots, midnight, 1, 2, 3 a.m., trying to get on Keisha, you gotta reevaluate, man. This not 2019 no more. Now is the time where men like us, especially, who go out to the highways and byways and do the work of the Lord, are becoming the prey. That's what it say in Isaiah 65.
I got a quick one, because hey man, this is coming, man. This is Romans 13 and 11, and knowing that the time that is now, it is high time to awake out of sleep. So it's high. The judgment. We in high times right now. The MOTB is about to come, so you have to be circumspect. And brothers, like, be circumspect with your brothers, man. Know your brothers. You got to know your brothers. Know their personality. That's how Jake be tweaking. Don't know each other. You're supposed to be around each other. That's why Akiem's supposed to forsake not the assembly, spending time with each other, growing with each other. That's important, Jake should get up as much as they can more often, so you don't be caught up in this world, because when you're not around Jake, a lot of things start fucking with you in the mind, demons, thinking you missed out on because you were too much in the world and not around the world of the brethren, So sometimes you gotta reevaluate yourself from all of this shit in this world, man. And it's saying, for now, our salvation is nearer than we believe, and our salvation is near. It's coming, man. Salvation is almost here. We almost out of this bitch. Okay. Area we in, so okay. Area we in, so it's tweaking a little bit. But what you had? You had a precept.
Proverbs 24. Proverbs 24 and 5. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety. And that's what you were saying, bro, about, you know, being around Akim, knowing Akim, and, you know, really younger brothers relying on the counsel that older brothers. That's why I say in a multitude of counselors there is safety. If Jake telling you to chill on the Henny, they obviously see something down there that could be destructive. Brothers ain't trying to quote unquote kill your vibe. You know, brothers ain't trying to get on your head. Nah, brothers is trying to make sure that you have a smooth path in this walk of truth and life, man. You see, so it's not everybody trying to lord over brothers, because even YAHAWASHI said we shouldn't be lording over brothers. But if a man is giving you sincere, wise counsel, you would be an idiot not to take it, man. Especially if it's spiritually discerned.
I mean, it's important, you know. Even when a younger brother, like, he come to you with questions, he asks you something, take heed to what he's saying. Maybe he sees something you don't see. You know, you got to pay attention. That goes for me all the way, because it says much is given, much is required. So I got a lot on my plate, and I got younger men under me, so I got to be me. I fight to the best of my ability is to try to remain as humble as I can, because we can't be fully humble, of course, man. That's impossible. You know, so you yelling and saying you humble, you ain't humble. You know, because we in the flesh, man, and it's hard. You know, the flesh be tweaking sometimes. You know.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, so you gotta have your mind girded in this truth and girded around the understanding of what YAHAWASHI has given us, man. He's given us a beautiful chance to get salvation. He's giving us a beautiful chance to make it out of this hell. You know, YAHAWASHI is showing us as much mercy, you know, because a lot of us should have been judged and fucked up. You know, anything could have happened to us, man. But YAHAWASHI is giving us that opportunity to make it, as long as we continue doing this work and fighting. And I got one. This is 1 Corinthians 9. I'll get to the point that I want. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and 27. But I keep unto my body and bring it unto suggestion, lest by any means when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. And we don't want to be cast out of this truth. So we got to teach this word directly and correctly, fighting for YAHAWASHI as much as we can. You know, not sitting on our leaves. You know, understand we can't take our hand off this plow. We got to be as much, and that's all part of being circumspect, because Satan going to try to enter in anyway. So if you ain't seeing your flaws, or matter of fact, what is it? Examine thyself, whether you be in the faith. Well, 2 Corinthians. So you gotta sometimes self-evaluate and self-examine yourself, because that's another thing. Jake don't examine themselves as much, and Jake be tweaking. You know, they think they got a little bit of knowledge and stuff now. Still got to constantly examine yourself. This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourself, rather ye be in the faith. Prove your own self. Know ye not your own selves, how that YAHAWASHI Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobate. So we don't want to be a reprobate, right? So if we got YAHAWASHI in us, we don't want to be a reprobate. That's what he asked. He asking us a question, you know? So you want to continue in this truth and fight and have your mind clear, examining yourself, being circumspect, watching yourself, watching what you're doing, watching your habits, your bad habits, you know, having discipline. Yeah, Jake don't have enough discipline. Self-control. You know, like Murph said, you know, hey Murph, like Murph said, man, Jake should be very disciplined, getting into working out, getting into some type of martial art, you know, because it helps you in the truth, not just for no no carnal reason. It really does help you in the truth. Cause I'm doing the jujitsu now. Well, I already used to box already and wrestle and do shit like that. But now doing the jujitsu is helping me get back into that mode of discipline. Now, and knowing, okay, I can't do this. Let me stop eating too much of this bullshit. Cut that out. I'm gonna cut this out. I'm gonna be more on point with myself. Understand bodily exercise profit of little, cause so you got to take care of this body, put the right things in your body. Cause a lot of jakes that have been in this truth pass off bodily efficiency, man. Even though that's technically that's still murder, cause Esau is the reason why this bodily efficiency is happening. But Jake got to take care of their body too, man.
Yeah.
So that's important. You got to take care of yourself. So you got to be constantly examining yourself, and that discipline and getting into that martial art and getting into and you're around brothers more. So it's like it helps even more. Now you ain't just training with niggas, you training with brothers, because the elder Malcolm, it allow us to come in, train, pay what we can, and it's a beautiful thing. Why not take advantage of that when you got that opportunity? That's a blessing in itself. So you hop into it, get ready for it. Keep going. But I trust that ye should know that we are not reprobate. So if you don't want to be no reprobate, you're gonna do what's right. You're gonna get yourself mind right. You're gonna get in on this fight. You're gonna continue, not gonna quit. You're gonna do all you can to make it. That's all.
Yeah, kind. Colossians chapter 4. Colossians chapter 4, verses 2.
Oh, let me grab it. Say Colossians.
Yeah, Colossians 4.
4 and 2. All right.
Yeah. It says, continue in prayer and watch in the same with thanksgiving. Withal, praying also for us that the Most High would open us a door of utterance to speak the mystery of the Most High, for which I am also in bonds, that I might make it manifest as I ought to speak. And this is the point. Verse 5. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. Them that are without what? Them that are without this knowledge, man. So, yeah, brothers, speaking of opportunities where we're going to be around brothers, be circumspect, keeping your mind occupied, staying in a. But then again, hey, brothers ain't going to be there every time, man. Remember you had that testimony of Jake trying to tweak with you at the gas station and shit.
Oh yeah, come on.
And you a mighty man, so that shit could have went left for dude, man. But we gotta recognize where Satan is trying to arise in our lives, man.
Yeah, and I had to really calm myself down because I wanted to do something to him.
Yeah.
But I ignored him. And you know how hard it is to ignore somebody, especially you could jack them up.
Yeah.
That's me having discipline, because not only when you learn these martial arts, it teach you discipline, not to be proud. See, some motherfuckers that train, they be training to be proud. Like this one guy, this dude drunk, and he a purple belt, and he broke this drunk dude. He's drunk. He's obviously tweaking. You could easily just push him down and hold him down. This man did all these jujitsu moves on him, broke his arm, all that. And he didn't even have to do him like that.
Yeah.
He was drunk. It wasn't no point, but that was just showing you some people use it for carnality. Like females, a lot of them get into the gym for carnality. They don't get into it for a discipline.
Yeah.
They always showing their ass
off,
and their. Now, if you built a nice body, cool. Every blue moon, you may take a picture, but you ain't got to turn your body to the side. You can just take a whole front picture, just showing that you doing you in there. But they be or unless
angles.
it always got to be every angle. Now, if you're doing angles to show them what they hit, then that's different. But it ain't got to be sexualized. Y'all sexualize the whole goddamn thing. So that just shows you it's for carnality. It's not for discipline, and it's not really to benefit people. It's really just for your own pleasures, unless you got a business showing that you I'm trying to show you how to work out. But most 9 times out of 10 is for pleasure.
That ain't it.
So these people are carnal, man, and they not circumspect. And when YAHAWASHI judge they ass, he gonna judge them rightfully so. That's why we have to be circumspect. That's why we have to be on point and continue and fight. Simple as that.
I wanted to read that verse 5, verse 6. Colossians 4, verse 5 again. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye know how ye ought to answer every man. And the scriptures show you that. The scriptures show that our people being in these different type of scenarios and being circumspect, and they get favor, man. A good example is Joseph in the land of Egypt, man. Joseph behaved himself wisely to the point where he got high position. King David, he behaved himself wisely. Apostle Paul, he finessed himself out of some things, man. So it ain't just being circumspect to save your life, but sometimes you can be circumspect to get yourself in a better position too.
And and that's the whole point of walking, being smart like King David when he had to you grab that account when he acted made himself slow.
Yeah.
Because King David did that. That was circumspect. He ain't have to show that he was a mighty man at that time because he know he would have got put to death.
Yeah.
It wasn't wise, they was deep at that time. Like, man, they super deep. Even though I did do this, but still, this ain't the time. King David even chose his battles.
Mm-hmm. It's the book of First Samuel 21 and 10. 1 Samuel 21 and 10. And David arose and fled that day for fear of Saul, and went to Achish, the king of Gath. And the servants of Achish said unto him, Is not this David, the king of the land? Did they not sing one to another of him in dances, saying, Saul hath slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s? And David laid up these words in his heart, and was sore afraid of Achish, the king of Gath. And he changed his behavior before them, and feigned himself mad in their hands, and scrabbled on the doors of the gate, and let his spittle fall upon his beard. Then said Achish unto his servants, Lo, ye see this man is mad. Wherefore then have you brought him to me?
Exactly. So King David made himself seem like he was retarded, slobbing, beating on the gate, like he just a crazy person that need to go to a psych ward. So they wouldn't know who he was, because they would have found out, they was about to smoke him. And it said King David was afraid, which proved that he wasn't a proud man.
Yeah.
He was humble. Cause shit, some things you might be in a situation that you might feel some fear, like, man, death is right here. Let me recollect my mind, because I feel the death in the air. You will feel it in your body. You will feel like that. You feel it. Death is there. So don't do nothing stupid, man. That's what you got to be circumspect and just know. Wise, okay, this ain't the right time. This ain't the time to do shit. Let me just shut my fucking mouth and move on.
Yep.
Is that it? Or doing more?
Yeah, that was it.
Well, read that last verse.
God, 1 Samuel 21 to his servant, Lo, ye see this man is mad. Wherefore then have ye brought him to me? Have I need of madmen, that ye have brought this fellow to play the madman in my presence? Shall this fellow come into my house?
Exactly. Like, man, I ain't letting this crazy ass nigga in my house. Hell is you doing? This ain't David. David don't act like that. Ain't how David act. He don't move like that. But that's what David was being circumspect, because David don't act like that and he don't move like that. So that's correct. So how would they know that was him? Ain't like they got social media back then. They could just pull up the video and say, see, this you see David, he's slaughtering tens of thousands and shit. Back then they ain't had that type of technology what we got now. So it was easier to hide and get away with shit. See, Jake, man, be doing stupid shit all on camera, and then they get their ass smoked.
Yeah.
Because Jake is stupid, man. There's too much technology out here now to just be doing stupid shit, man. They got cameras everywhere. You can get caught.
Yeah, self-snitching on IG Live, that ain't circumspect at all, man.
Yeah, man, taking pictures about to hit a robbery, then it's stupid, man. Jake ain't wise, man.
Yeah.
That's why get that stain from all appearance of evil.
Yeah.
This is why we abstain from these things. We stay away from bullshit because the shit Jake is not wise, they stupid. And then we're gonna be wrapping it up in a minute.
Okay.
So
This is First Thessalonians 5. I'm gonna start at 18.
first Thessalonians 5:18. And
Mhm.
then check the comment board, brother. Brother
Okay.
was on it
Okay.
when we get a chance.
First Thessalonians 5 and 18. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of the Most High in YAHAWASHI the Anointed concerning you. Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying, prove all things, hold fast that which is good, abstain from all appearance of evil.
So all of them things you should be doing, quench not the spirit, stay in the spirit, because we supposed to be spiritual, man. We ain't carnal. Like Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakai said. No, I think it was Apostle Rakai. Apostle Rakai, bro, quoted that scripture. Um, the spirit don't lay in the carnal mind. It don't lays in the carnality of something like that, in that perspective, because knowledge no knowledge don't rest in the carnal mind. It's not gonna be on carnal. You can't be carnally minded. It said, like it says, despise um not prophecies. So you ain't supposed to despise these you supposed to watch and be vigilant, paying attention. Prove all things, hold fast through that which is good. So you supposed to be proving all things, being circumspect, knowing that when you teaching and bringing this word out, you ain't just bringing any old thing out.
Yeah.
So that's important. And abstain from all appearance of evil. You supposed to be abstaining from evil out here. It's a lot of evil out here. You're supposed to get away from it. That's being circumspect, being wise, not being stupid, not putting yourself in situations.
Comment board.
Yeah, I know my brother was kind of loading up on the.
Yeah, brother posted Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord. Yeah, got it. Proverbs 3. Yeah. Proverbs 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord, YAHAWASHI, with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
So yeah, that's so. If you want your paths directed correctly, you gotta trust in Yahweh Shah with all thy heart and leaning not into your own understanding.
That's right.
That's being circumspect. A lot of these people lean to their own understanding and which bring their own demise. That's why you get led to self-destruction, because you ain't following instruction. So I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy time." So wisdom and knowledge, you getting the stability, which is protection. Faith, having faith. And it says the strength of salvation, but what's the key point? The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. So fearing Yahweh Shem Shai, which is going to bring them stored up goods, because that treasure go into stored up goods for us, things that we going to have later by just trusting in the Lord.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shem Shai.
Yeah, come, man. Because at the end of the day, as it say, the Lord directs all of our paths, even if you wicked, man. If you wicked, the Lord gonna direct you right to death. But we praying to be guided, because it's saying that second Ezra. Hold on, let me get there real quick. Let me find it. Leave it second Ezra 16. It's I'm a guide to them. Oh yeah, cut. Second Ezra 16, verses 74. It says, "Hear, O ye, my beloved, saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God." You see, so it's a God. Like if you go into a city you ain't never been before, and you really trying to get around, what you gonna do? You gonna hire a guide to get you around. They gonna know the shortcuts. They gonna know the quickest way there. They gonna know which ways you should go, which ways you should avoid. And this is what the Spirit does for us every day. It say, "Be not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai is your God, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
So yeah, man. The Lord is our guide, our protection, and we have to be circumspect and only trusting Yahweh Shem Yahushai and trusting nothing else. Not following nothing else. Um, trust in, what this is Psalm 62:8. Trust in him at all times, ye people. Pour out your hearts before him. The Most High Power God is a refuge for us, Salah. So you supposed to trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua always, all time, and continue praying. Be circumspect. Don't be no nigga. The Lord gonna jack your ass up. So with that, we gonna give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahawashi,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash.
Double understand apostles and elders and GMS and brothers that sincerely doing this work. And a few sisters that are listening, learning, being obedient to their husband. Keep pushing and doing the work. Shalom, Barakathum, and a